Nearly 3 decades of war left nothing but destruction in Afghanistan. Thousands of people were killed, almost 7 million Afghans left their country. The majority of people face poverty. Medical, water, and electrical services were limited. In villages and rural areas, the situation was worse. Economic, social, and political structures needed to be rebuilt again. These were some of the major challenges facing the Afghan government and the international community. After the establishment of the new government in 2001, more than 50 international aid organizations began operating in Afghanistan. Apart from other supporting countries and organizations in Afghanistan, the EU decided to implement development projects in the agriculture and health sectors and support poor Afghans so that Afghanistan could develop socially and economically and move towards stability. The European Union's new 18-month information and awareness campaign entitled Together Towards a Stable Afghanistan began on September 29, 2016. The purpose of this campaign is to publicize the results and achievements of EU-funded and implemented projects in Afghanistan, which have focused on 3 sectors: agriculture, health, and helping poor people in Afghanistan. In general, the aim of the campaign is to foster interaction with benefited communities through effective two-way communication until they can perceive the goals and activities of the EU as their own, and participate in implementing and conducting these activities with the EU.
با کمپاین آگاهی با هم به سوی یک افغانستان پایدار که از طرف اتحادیه اروپا راه اندازی شده خوش آمدین. هدف کمپاین انتشار دستاوردها و نتایج پروژه های اجرا شده و در حال اجرای اتحادیه اروپا در افغانستان می باشه. اتحادیه اروپا توسط این برنامه می خواهد بفهمه که در افغانستان چی کارهای صورت گرفته و کمک مالی از اتحادیه و چی کارهای دیگه باید صورت بگیره.
In order to increase people's sense of ownership, this campaign will not only increase knowledge of key stakeholders and the public value and benefits of EU initiatives and services, and its impact upon the lives of people, it will also highlight the initiatives from the perspective of the beneficiary communities. In this campaign, stories and messages about EU services and fears and disagreements among the people regarding these services will be identified and shared with the audience.
اتحادیه اروپا در ولسوالی انجیل فعالیت‌های زیادی کرده، در عرصه ظرفیت‌سازی خانم‌ها کار کرده و همچنان حقوق متقابل شناخته، بعضی برنامه‌ها و پروگرام‌هایی که از طرف از یافته، همچنین پروژه‌های زیادی تطبیق شده از طریق همبستگی ملی و همچنین از طرف دفترهای مثلا پین EU-C اینا بوده که اینجا کار کردن در ولسوالی انجیل و پروژه‌های خیلی موثر خوبی بود. مدت چند سال میشه که در ولسوالی انجیل کار و فعالیت می‌کنه.
An important part of this campaign was launching ceremonial mobile shuras at the district level, which Sayar Strategies was responsible for launching. A total of 24 mobile shuras, 12 for women and 12 for men, were held in 12 districts of Kabul, Herat, Balkh, and Nangarhar provinces. These ceremonies incorporated a theater show about EU assistance in the health sector, a documentary about EU assistance to the agricultural sector, poetry from school children, exchanges of experiences among implementers and beneficiaries of EU projects, photography training for 5 interested people, entertainment, and other plays. A total of 4,215 people from villages and districts from the targeted provinces directly participated in these programs. 1,990 of them were women and 2,225 were men. Participants in the mobile shuras included officials, heads, and members from the district people and development councils, tribal leaders, district elders, employees of farming and agricultural projects in the district, youth, educators, farmers, local people, representatives of organizations, and implementers of EU projects and beneficiaries. In all the programs, the board of directors of the districts, heads of district people and development councils, tribal leaders, and implementers of EU projects presented speeches about the effectiveness of awareness programs and about Afghans supporting the EU and appreciating their activities.
اتحادیه اروپا در سلسله کمک‌هایی که جامعه جهانی به افغانستان کرده سهم بارز و برجسته‌ای داره. جا داره که از این کمک‌ها تقدیر و تشکر بکنیم به نمایندگی از مردم بزرگوار انجیل.
کمک‌های همکاری اتحادیه اروپا در سرتاسری در بخش افغانستان کار کردن، بخصوص در ولسوالی خلم. ما از مسئولین از برنامه اتحادیه اروپا و از همکاری از اینا تشکر می‌کنیم. یک جوان سپاس می‌کنیم.
According to the report from Sarah's mobilizers and field coordinators, who visited and examined multiple programs in different provinces and districts, young people and students in particular shared great interest and positive views of the programs. Youth and students even recorded these programs in their mobile phones to later share it with friends and families. Area residents acknowledged that these programs were very interesting and effective, especially because young people are becoming aware of valuable EU services and its effective dimensions through this program. Women and girl participants who were worried about the future all asked for peaceful and prosperous Afghanistan. They are ready to support any type of development in the political, economic, and social sectors. Women and girls presented their comments regarding cooperation from the EU and demanded further cooperation from the EU in regards to capacity building for Afghan women, job opportunities for women, and access to health and education.
وقتی همین پروژه ها که مؤسسات که آمدن به داخل قلیجات شروع به کار کردن، اینا با کمک مالی اتحادیه اروپا توانستند که پروژه های مختلف در قسمت های مختلف از کشور در ولایت ها و ولسوالی ها کار کنند و سهولت های زیادی برای ما و شما چکار کنند ایجاد کنند.
Participants said the issues which were presented in the programs were unique and different from other programs they had seen. They also had some discussions about EU cooperation. Meanwhile, residents of targeted areas said that such meetings should be held more often until people understood the valuable work the EU has done in the various sectors for the Afghan people. Another issue that residents from target areas identified was that people of Afghanistan still need more help from the EU and wants further support from this union for Afghans, and they announced their support for development projects and EU projects specifically. During the implementation of the programs, we realized that people are worried about their future. They acknowledged frustration with war and its adverse consequences. School children said they hated war and did not want it to continue in their country. They want the EU to act more quickly to stop the war in Afghanistan and not let the enemies of Afghanistan destroy the many years of achievement in the country. Overall, people are hopeful of a bright future. Also, people appreciate the cooperation from the EU, which has spent about 25 million euros from 2015 to 2017 and provided support for displaced people through programs helping displaced people. And more than 80% of this amount was spent on improving services, health, village development, water and food, vocational trainings, and fundamental projects. At the end of each program, questions were asked of the participants about key messages for theater shows and documentaries, and the participants gave positive responses to each of the questions. And it is important to mention that the mobile Shura programs ended in a friendly environment and participants were happy and welcomed the program.